the word that they will use is, they make changes. We're going to change the lines, the battle lines.
President Trump today previewing his Friday Alaska summit with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Good evening. Complete coverage as our team following every angle of the Alaska summit.
That includes reaction here at home and perspective on where the summit might take place.
We began with our political reporter, Will Courtney. As things are developing fast, Will, what do we have as the latest?
Yeah, the president said today what parts of that summit in Alaska will actually look like. In a White House news conference, which happened early this morning here in Alaska, President Trump said Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky will not be present at those talks. That came after NBC News reported this weekend it was a possibility. The president told reporters instead that he might call Zelensky afterwards.
I'm going to meet with President Putin, and we're going to see what he has in mind. And if it's a fair deal, I'll reveal it to the European Union leaders and to the NATO leaders, and also to President Zelensky. I think out of respect, I'll call him first, and then I'll call them after. And I may say, lots of luck, keep fighting, or I may say we can make a deal.
Told reporters in that same press conference he will know in 2 minutes whether a deal will be able to be made or not, calling the Alaska summit a, quote, feel-out meeting. John, Augusta.
Will, thanks so much. And resettled Ukrainian refugees are watching this upcoming meeting very closely. And they tell me they hang on to every word President Trump says about both their status to remain in the United States and about the prospect of a ceasefire in Ukraine.
Heal all the wounded hearts.
Sunday's service this week brought a renewed call for peace.
We bless Russia. We bless Ukraine.
After years of war.
On both sides.
This is something that we are praying about.
Ukrainians at Anchorage's New Chance Church pray for an end to the grueling conflict.
And we hope that they will reach some kind of terms that will be peaceful.
Ahead of Friday's summit between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, Andriy Yekimet says he hopes U.S. influence over Russia can facilitate a ceasefire.
You know, borders have always shifted and countries moved them, but our primary focus is for the war to stop and for the bombs to stop flying.
Catholic Social Services estimates they've served over 1,000 Ukrainian refugees in Alaska since Russia's invasion in February of 2022. Many bringing with them unspeakable stories of the horrors witnessed in their home country.
Это слезы и страшно. It's just tears and terror.
In the name of Jesus. Now, some refugees have no desire to return.
Maximizing the opportunities that are here and, affording lives that they could never have afforded anywhere else, and are really grateful for it.
The United for Ukraine refugee resettlement program was paused in January. She says some refugees' status to stay in the U.S. is expiring. For this Anchorage congregation, with no clear end to the conflict in Ukraine or a clear answer on how long they can remain in the United States, they pray.
And I believe that the time is coming for peace when the conflict will resolve and things will be well again.
Now, at this hour, we are still waiting to learn the location in Alaska for this Friday's meeting between President Trump and Vladimir Putin.
A former Secret Service agent shared his perspective on what goes into making an event like this happen with our investigative team's Johnson Kuhn. He continues our complete coverage this evening. Johnson.
That's right. Former Secret Service agent Bobby McDonald is now an assistant professor in New Haven, Connecticut. He has more than 20 years of experience planning and preparing for these very type of events.
This is a big deal.
McDonald says selecting a military base like Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson makes the most sense due to the ability to ensure high security and limit distractions. He says while holding a meeting of this magnitude at a military base makes the most sense, keeping the location close to the chest is to be expected, purely based on security purposes.
I think you're going to be looking for venues that can hold a number of people from each of the countries, that can provide holding rooms, hotel rooms, areas where people can be fed. So that could be a local hotel or a larger hotel in Anchorage or just outside. a coliseum, any type of venue that you have that would be able to host an event. Let's be honest, this is an event, whether you compare it to a concert or to a revival or whatever you want to call it. It's an event that has a political implication, but it also has the security implication.
And Alaska's news source has also reached out to Jay Baer for comment. Staff directed our question to the White House, and White House officials declined to comment. We've also reached out to Alyeska Resort staff. It's because there's been a lot of rumors in the community, and we're still waiting for a response. Johnson Kuhn, Alaska's news source.